So I was working about an hour outside doing some straw. So I've got this project called Managing Land Projects. It's a program that teaches you how to manage large land improvement projects around your home, estate, or small farm. And it also helps contractors find types of jobs like that. So I'm putting some stuff together. I'm showing people about how you might have to get this done, get it done no matter what. Contractor doesn't show up. You know, this is why we have it's a reinforcement video. And I'm getting this video done. Meanwhile, I'm filling up one of the ponds. I have another program that's being put together called Small Aquaculture. And it's basically how to raise fish and food using aquatic ponds, but you can also do it, it's just ornamental. But long story short, I'm putting it, it's been super hot. It's like 110 degrees outside. And so I'm not thinking well, and I'm putting water into the pond that has the plants in it, and it's kind of a detention pond. And I'm doing the video, and I'm saying, oh, you know what? I need to do a video of the edible aquatic plants because we got also a program there. And so I'm doing a video over there. My phone overheats. So I'm trying to figure out why the phone's overheating. So I go ahead and walk around front because I remember I'm adding water to the pond. And I realize the pond's overflowing. So I got duckweed and different plants coming up over the top. I'm turning the water off. And then I'm pumping water from that tank into the other. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do a video on this to talk about why you shouldn't get distracted. And one of the ways to avoid distractions is to come back and be a part of our program that teaches you how to run aquaculture programs. And by the way, we'll throw in a bonus, which is edible aquatic plants. And I'm thinking, boom, man, you know, when you're a copywriter, business development professional, or marketer, every adversity in your life becomes an opportunity to create content to then get more people into your funnel. And then from more people in your funnel, that's a better opportunity to present to them. And what I'm doing is creating quality materials for a specific audience. Now, you guys might not care that I look like a redneck and that I'm all hot and sweaty, and I'm not wearing any pants, if it helps you any. I'm just not. I'm in my underwear, but I'm trying to cool myself down because it's 110 degrees outside, and just kind of catch this because I got 1 minute of video after I put my phone in the refrigerator, and then ran downstairs and got another camera. And this other camera, I got about a minute of video before it started giving me errors and telling me, this one right here, started telling me that the disk is full. But you know what? The disk is full, but my Mac over here, its hard disk is full too. And I've got a network array with 12 terabytes of space. And so you'd think, I got about 5 terabytes left. You'd think I should put some stuff there, but the Mac keeps downloading garbage off the internet. And then the other computer has a graphics card problem. Here's my point, folks. All of these things are always going to happen. Your only choice is to get enough business going that you can hire a staff team to handle these problems instead of you. Because frankly, you don't have time to handle them. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, 11:35 according to my phone down here, and I'm ready to go have brunch. I got up early to get a little exercise by working in the yard, and I figured, well, if I'm going to work in the yard and I'm going to have this program, I need to promote and help people understand that sometimes you just got to do it yourself. But from an ad briefings perspective, you don't want to be doing it all yourself. Having that copywriter mind where you're seeing opportunities and hooks, you've got to capture these things and use them either to promote your business or to promote your private clients. So if my private clients, which I'm actually looking towards private clients in the landscaping, custom pond installation, erosion management, or excavation work, I already have a number of clients over there. So I'm using these little short videos, which will ultimately promote their businesses. But first it's going to promote me, and then it'll be sponsored by their business because they don't quite have the information first concept yet. But as we're conditioning them and helping them understand how information can generate leads and how these videos and different things like that can produce leads and results, I'm designing materials around my clients' needs, even though they're not paying me for it. Now, I talk about it in ad briefings, how you can profit from spec work, okay? You see copywriters that are under $1 million, they're doing a sales letter, and that's what they offer. I did my sales letter, here you go. Oh, here's no. $1 million plus copywriters are not just creating a sales letter. They might have a short program, the 15 ways to draft a sales letter without going crazy, or 15 ways to draft. 15 is not so good, but 12 unusual ways to write a sales letter without spending a fortune. And it basically helps the client organize their materials to write up a draft, which they then provide to you, and then you make it better from the draft. See, that's a product. That's what the multi-million-dollar marketers are doing. The ones that have marketing agencies, the ones that you know them by name, like Frank Kern or Dan Kennedy or Gary Halbert, but they had massive agencies behind them. They partnered with people. They did joint ventures, but they always had that regular, consistent stream of income coming through using life experiences as ways to set up work for clients. So this behind the scenes work is to help you understand that you need help. You got to have an editor, an editorial assistant, an editorial process, a method of just creating the materials, handing it off, and then going back to what you do best by knocking out the headlines, the flow, the big hook, setting up the lead generation, and really belly to belly in front of clients. See, doing these videos, I've got 100 gigs of video for the Managing Land Projects program. None of that has any value unless it's in front of prospects. And it's not going to be in front of prospects for me because I don't have the resources that deliver the services. For example, I don't own a 25-ton excavator, but the forester who's getting a video series that's going to show their work set up like a kind of like a history channel, exciting, because they also want to recruit people to work with them. It's kind of a dual purpose. That video is going to come out of these other materials, but then I end up with, let's say that's 10 gigs. Then I end up with 90 gigs of materials that, what am I going to do with that? Well, I've already decided I'm going to create an information product to help homeowners, which is ultimately the customer of my clients, help homeowners manage land projects. So now they can go out and get a forester, an excavator company. They can go out and get the professionals to do this work, bring them on site, do a job the right way, do it in a way that works with professionals. I even have a little bit of video of a dump truck driver yelling at the forester guy because the dump truck guy almost turned over his dump truck. You can't get props like that. So we're using our everyday life. We're building that into product, not for us necessarily, but for our clients' customers. We're building out these pieces. Then we get them out in the marketplace, which generate leads. It is incalculable the number of high-earning copywriters, marketers, and people out there doing the work that were created by Dan Kennedy, created by Gary Halbert, created by Jeff Paul, created by John E. Kennedy back there in the day, created by Napoleon Hill. There are complete industries created around these people. But it's not because they own work. See, you're influenced by these people even if you don't know who they are. If you don't know who Henry S. Bunting is, you're still influenced by his work because he wrote the Elementary Laws of Advertising, which is the basis of most direct response today. The difference is he wrote it in 1918, and it's trickled down through many different teachers, Elmer Wheeler and all these other folks. It trickled down through there in parts and pieces, and then ultimately became what you know today, and you deliver to clients. But the most valuable part today is that we have video, we have audio, we have written word. And so you can use life experiences, pop the phone up, grab something. Even if it's not successful, you can turn it into something useful. So while I'm in here cooling off because it's freaking hot as hell outside, and before I take a shower, I'm just cranking out a quick behind the scenes video. The whole behind the scenes series was because I wanted to show you the difficulty of creating these materials, because when I first started creating materials, I thought it was easy. I thought all you had to do is pick up a phone and take a picture and, grab your camcorder. This is the pitch. Grab your camcorder and get out there and start taking video, and you can be the next YouTube star. Well, guess what? It's not like that. There are whole production systems in place. Now, I knew production systems were necessary because I'm creating large technical documents for clients. I'm working on teams that are creating materials and doing risk assessments and then writing up reports of findings. I'm writing copy and sales letters, and I know it's kind of hard, but here's the thing. I thought it was easy. I started getting out there and just throwing up video, and nothing happened. And maybe you've had that frustration. So I invented the Behind the Scenes series, which gets you to let you see all the difficulties it is to do this. And sometimes I hope that you'll look at it and say, Justin, oh, dude, the reason it's so hard for you is because you're doing it the wrong way. But it's not always the case. It's not always the case that that I'm doing it the wrong way. In fact, I bought a lot of equipment, and I've used some of it. I've ignored some of it. And this was the exact equipment that the gurus recommended. So if you're going to get to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million in company gross, or even $1 million in net, you've got to understand that it is hard. But as you have these difficulties, you can't buy these difficulties. I can't on purpose overflow my my little pond area in order to record some videos and get that in place. It's just not authentic. It's not, people can see through that. But you know, the camera dying and me trying to figure out, making the best of what I got. That's what it is. If you can make the best of what you got, I shouldn't be in my office. If you can make the best of what you've got, you end up with very good props. You end up with incredible situations. I got a video of a guy in New York, a firefighter in New York, in shorts and a t-shirt, clearing out fire hydrants when there's like 3 feet of snow. Okay? My son was just amazed by it. Now, it's a family video that we're not going to share because the kid, you know, until the kid gives me permission. But the kid was just amazed by that toughness. Okay? You can't have a better advertising for a fire department, a New York City fire department, than the firefighters caring so much about your safety that they're hopping out. You know, they're just hot. They just jump out, and they've got such an energy to them that in this deep of snow, he's shoveling out the fire hydrant so that if there should be an emergency, he'll be able to take care of it. That is a kind of a prop that you can't get anywhere else. Now, I've made the mistake. I've met Donald Trump. I've met Tony Robbins. I've met those people. I didn't get a photo. And many photo ops were available. Most of these celebrities know how it works. You want to let your clients get photo ops as well as create photo op opportunities for them. But a prop is a 25-ton excavator, a tandem dump truck, 70,000-pound tandem dump truck. You can't get better props for a company that may want to promote doing that kind of work. And here's what's important. They aren't going to set it up the right way. We had a couple opportunities to do interviews with these folks who wanted me to produce some marketing material for them. As soon as I opened that camera, the senior guy of the company, the masthead, the guy that had the most authority about what they're doing, had the most knowledge and experience, he clammed up. He's like, well, you have to talk to my son. I don't have time for this. And he was just scared. He was nervous. But I have a bunch of video of him in the background directing equipment. I have him in the background. You can hear him talking. I have the information from what he has said that I've taken notes about. So I have enough materials to work with him. We're going to make his son the celebrity instead. But ultimately, I also have 100 gigabytes of footage of his equipment out there doing work. You can't stage that. Now, I also paid him $20,000 to do the work. So from his perspective, he's going to benefit twice. You know, he benefits from the work, and then he benefits from the promotion. But I always have revenue share deals on the back end. So over time, I'm likely to get my $25,000 back. But that's something for another program. We'll talk about that at another time. The key thing I want to share in this podcast is to make sure that you're taking advantage of every opportunity. You don't have to be the dumbass that's seeing life through a phone. But if you think about it a little bit and there's a hook there, go ahead and capture it. My kid doesn't like to be on camera, and that's fine with me. So I've taught him how to use the camera, and he can capture the moments. There are a number of my videos where I'm standing there, and the kid's got the camera going like this, and he wants to be a blogger. So he's been talking about that for a while. Ultimately, use what you've got. You don't have to stage it. You don't have to make your space just perfect. You do have to understand some basic fundamentals. Like, for example, on this camera, I'm on the third marker. And on this camera, I'm on the third marker so that we have space to put up slides later if we're going to repurpose the video. I have a great report about this called Recycle Your Marketing, and it's a way that you can create materials for clients and then just keep using that B-roll over and over and over again, using stock video, using other things, but around a good, solid marketing campaign. I'm hearing the dog bark. I'm about ready to wrap it up here and take a shower. I'm going to head over to the club and have some brunch because I'm just ready to take it easy in the air conditioning. Anyway, I'm Justin Hitt with Ad Briefing's Copywriting Tips, saying use what you've got. Make the very best of what you got. The J. Abraham greatest and best use. And you're going to get better results, better outcomes, and you're going to drive that revenue up while lowering your costs. Thanks for watching. Visit us at www.adbriefings.co.uk.